Have you ever wondered what it would be like to possess a map, not a map leading to hidden gold, but one guiding you to powers that could fundamentally reshape reality? What if there existed an ancient registry of entities, each possessing a unique and formidable power, granting profound knowledge, revealing the future, conjuring wealth, or even manipulating the emotions of others? Today, we are going to unlock one of the most mysterious and controversial texts in the history of occultism, the Lesser Key of Solomon, specifically its first and most infamous section, the Ars Goetia. We will dive deep into demonology to break down the complete classification of the 72 spirits that King Solomon himself supposedly bound to his will. Prepare yourself as we explore the hierarchy of hell and discover which domain of life each of these entities governs. This is more than just dark folklore. It is a meticulous system that has fascinated mystics and philosophers for centuries. By the end of this discussion, you may understand why this book holds such simultaneous allure and dread. Before we begin our journey through this infernal aristocracy, let's establish the origins of the Goetia itself. The Ars Goetia is the first book within the famous 17th century grimoire known as the Lesser Key of Solomon, or the Lemegeton. Legend holds that King Solomon, renowned for his immense wisdom, received a unique divine authority over all demonic forces. He supposedly managed to confine 72 powerful spirits into a bronze vessel, sealed it with magical symbols, and cast it into a deep forgotten lake. Later, the vessel was discovered by the Babylonians. Believing it contained unimaginable treasures, they broke the seal, releasing the spirits back into the world. The book itself serves as a meticulous catalogue of these entities. It details their names, their titles, kings, dukes, marquises, their precise appearance, the sigils required for their evocation, and crucially, their specific powers. It is vital to understand that the Goetia is not just a list of monsters. It is a complex system of ritual magic where every single detail holds profound meaning. While the Church has historically condemned this work as forbidden knowledge, for countless occultists, it has served as a powerful instrument for understanding the universe and, ultimately, the self. Let's kick off our procession of infernal nobility with the first spirit of the Goetia, the powerful King Bael. His name is likely familiar, as it's often linked to one of the most prominent supreme demons. In the Goetia, he holds dominion over the East, commanding 66 legions of infernal spirits. The appearance of Bael is definitely not a sight for the faint of heart. He may manifest as a cat, a toad, or a man. On rare occasions, he appears in all three guises simultaneously, with the heads of these creatures sitting upon a single body. His voice is fittingly hoarse and commanding, befitting a king, but his primary skill, the one highly valued by mages of the past, is the gift of invisibility. Bael can render a person unseen by others, concealing their actions and even their deepest thoughts. Furthermore, he grants great wisdom and cunning, assisting those who seek to navigate complex or treacherous situations. However, like any sovereign, King Bael demands absolute respect and tolerates no slight. Anyone who seeks his favour must be prepared for a severe test of will, for such profound power is never bestowed freely. Up next is Duke Agares. He is the second spirit of the Goetia, ruling under the power of the East, and commands 31 legions. In contrast to the ever-shifting appearance of Baal, Agares manifests in a more concrete, though no less bizarre form. A pale old man riding a crocodile, with a goshawk perched upon his wrist. Despite his meek demeanour, Agares wields tremendous destructive power. He is capable of conjuring devastating earthquakes and toppling entire structures. Yet, his talents are not limited solely to destruction. Agares is also known as the patron of runaways. He can compel any fugitive to return to their place of origin, making him invaluable to those searching for the lost. Furthermore, he teaches all existing languages and dialects, opening the way for knowledge and communication without borders. Another intriguing ability of his is the power to strip individuals of their high status and titles, whether they be spiritual or temporal. Thus, Agares is truly a spirit of contrasts. He can build up as easily as he destroys, instruct as easily as he punishes. Let's now discuss Prince Vasago, the third spirit listed in the Goetia. Unlike many of his counterparts, Vasago is described as a spirit of good nature. He doesn't seek to frighten or cause harm, and is typically summoned purely for obtaining information. He commands 26 legions of spirits. Interestingly, Vasago lacks a precise description of his physical appearance, leaving much room for personal interpretation. His primary domain is prophecy and foresight. He is capable of revealing to the summoner all that has been, all that is, and all that will be. If you have lost or had something stolen, Vasago can accurately pinpoint the location of the missing item. He is considered one of the most honest and straightforward spirits of the Goetia. He won't mince words or speak in cryptic riddles. Instead, he offers a direct answer to the question posed. It is precisely this honesty and benevolent disposition that makes him a frequent choice for novice practitioners looking to gain knowledge of the future without unnecessary risk. Vasago is essentially an otherworldly oracle, ready to share his deep knowledge with anyone who respectfully asks. The fourth spirit is Marquise Samigina, also known as Gamigin. He is a rather somber figure who commands 30 legions. Samigina usually appears in the form of a small horse or a donkey, though he can assume a human shape when commanded by the conjurer. He speaks with a rasping, hoarse voice, discussing matters that interest few, yet reveal fundamental truths. Samigina's primary specialty is necromancy. While he does teach the liberal sciences, his main and most profound task is the summoning of the dead. The grimoire specifically notes that he calls forth the souls of those who perished while steeped in sin. These spirits appear before the summoner and are compelled to answer every question. Imagine the opportunity to speak with the departed, unlocking the secrets they carry to the grave. This knowledge is undeniably powerful, but it is equally perilous. Samigina acts as the conduit between the world of the living and the realm of the dead, and such a connection always carries profound risk. He is sought out by those who crave answers hidden in the past and are not afraid to peer beyond the veil of death. Moving on now to the fifth spirit, we encounter President Marbas. In the demonic hierarchy, the title president signifies a governor or a commanding leader. Marbas commands 36 legions, manifesting as a massive and ferocious lion. However, upon the request of the summoner, he can, like many others, assume a human guise. Marbas's domain is highly specific, tied deeply to the physical world. Firstly, he possesses the power to both inflict and heal any disease imaginable. This duality makes him a spirit that is simultaneously extremely dangerous and incredibly useful. Secondly, Marbas acts as the patron of engineers and master mechanics. He bestows profound knowledge in craftsmanship and mechanics, aiding in the creation of complex devices and intricate machinery. And thirdly, he holds a rather terrifying ability. He can alter the forms of individuals, transforming them into other shapes. Marbas is truly a demon of transformation, both physical and technical in scope. Conjurers seek him out for healing, for profound engineering insight, or perhaps for something far darker. The sixth spirit is Duke Valefor, a figure of profound duality and cunning treachery. He commands 10 legions of spirits and manifests as a lion with the head of a rogue or a thief. This form perfectly reflects his underlying nature. Valefor is often called a good familiar, a helpful spirit, but only up to a point. His primary skill is pushing mortals toward thievery and betrayal. He may position himself as your closest friend and helper in your darkest dealings, yet ultimately, he will always steer you down a path of deceit and criminality. He possesses the knowledge of hidden treasures, and he can grant you great dexterity and cunning, but the price for these gifts is always your conscience. Valefor is the quintessential example of the tempter demon. He promises a shortcut to wealth and power, but that path leads straight into the abyss. Dealing with him is like making friends with a master thief. One day you are sharing the spoils, and the next he will set you up and vanish, leaving you alone to face the devastating consequences. The seventh spirit, Marquis Paimon, is known as one of the most powerful and formidable figures in the Goetia. He commands 40 legions, and his manifestation is truly dreadful. He manifests as a wolf with the tail of a serpent, spewing forth flames. If the practitioner desires, Ammon can take human form, though he retains the head of a raven. Ammon's primary domain is the realm of human relationships and interaction. He possesses the unique ability to reconcile enemies or bring estranged friends back into accord. If you need to repair strained relations or put an end to a long-standing feud, Ammon is the entity to consult. Yet his greatest power lies in gnosis. He holds comprehensive knowledge of the past and can accurately predict the future. He answers any question concerning these temporal layers and reveals the deepest, most guarded secrets. Given his immense power and austere disposition, Ammon demands a precise and respectful approach. One must never treat him lightly or show disrespect. As a custodian of time and secrets, he shares his knowledge only with those who successfully prove their boldness and the sincerity of their intentions. The eighth spirit is Duke Barbatos. He is a fascinating figure, deeply connected to nature and esoteric knowledge. He commands 30 legions and makes his appearance solely when the sun resides in the sign of Sagittarius. When he arrives, he is not alone. He is accompanied by 4 noble kings and their respective armies. Barbatos is truly a spirit of the forest. He instructs practitioners in the comprehension of animal languages, such as the songs of birds or the barking of dogs. Barbatos can reveal the location of treasures concealed by the enchantments of mages. If an item or location has been cursed with the concealment spell, he possesses the power to break it. Furthermore, much like Ammon, he holds complete knowledge of the past and the future, and has the ability to reconcile both friends and powerful rulers. Barbatos serves as a guide into the world of nature's mysteries and hidden treasures. He is often invoked by those seeking harmony with the natural world, or by those determined to uncover things long lost and concealed from prying eyes. His deep ties to both astrology and nature solidify his place as one of the most unique figures in the Goetia. Now we turn our attention to one of the greatest, the ninth spirit, King Paimon, one of the most powerful demons of the Goetia, and Lucifer's most devoted servant. He rules the northwest and commands 200 legions of spirits, some of whom once belonged to the order of angels. His appearance is quite the spectacle. He manifests as a man with an effeminate face, adorned with a magnificent crown, riding upon a dromedary. His arrival is heralded by a musical tumult, the sound of trumpets and cymbals ringing out. His voice is loud and roaring. Paimon is a walking encyclopedia, teaching absolutely all arts, philosophy, and sciences. He can reveal any secrets of the earth, the water, and the wind. If you seek to subject anyone to your will, Paimon possesses the power to bend them for you. He grants high titles and dignity, and he also provides excellent familiar spirits. For his aid, he demands sacrifices, though the grimoire fails to specify what kind. Paimon is the embodiment of absolute knowledge and authority, but the cost for his services can be immeasurably high. The 10th spirit is President Bua. He is a healer and philosopher of the infernal realm. He commands 50 legions and possesses a highly unusual appearance. It is said he appears in the form of a 5-pointed star, or a wheel, moving by revolving. Bua is a vast repository of useful knowledge. He teaches moral and natural philosophy, as well as logic. However, his primary domain is botany and medicine. He knows everything about the properties of herbs and plants, and can cure any human ailment, especially afflictions of the mind. If someone suffers from depression or mental distress, Bua can help restore inner balance and mental equilibrium. He can also provide excellent familiars. Unlike many of his brethren, Bua brings no destruction. His sole purpose is knowledge and healing. He is invoked by scholars, philosophers, and physicians who seek new wisdom for the betterment of humankind. Bua is a clear example that not all spirits of the Goetia are purely evil. Some of them can provide considerable and tangible benefit. The 11th spirit, Gusion, the great and mighty Duke, stands out as the ultimate diplomat and psychologist within the Goetic hierarchy. He commands 40 legions of spirits. The descriptions of his physical form in the grimoires are notably vague, mentioning only that he resembles a xenophil, a term whose exact meaning remains mysterious. Gusion is a master of both intelligence gathering and social maneuvering. Much like Vassago, he possesses complete knowledge of all things, past, present, and future. He offers exhaustive, comprehensive answers to absolutely any question put before him. However, his truly unique talent is his unparalleled ability to influence social dynamics and connections. Gusion can reconcile the bitterest of enemies, transforming deep hatred into lasting friendship. Furthermore, he can instill profound love and respect for the conjurer in anyone they encounter. If your goal is to acquire high status, honor, or to mend crucial, ruined relationships, Gusion is the spirit you must petition. He doesn't simply provide predictions, he actively reshapes social reality by granting genuine friendships, high honors, and permanent reconciliation. This singular ability makes him one of the most highly sought-after Goetic spirits for anyone seeking success and influence in society. And here is the 12th spirit, who definitely demands special attention. Meet the great Prince Sitri, the master of passion and lust. He commands 60 legions and appears in a truly formidable guise, with the head of a leopard and the wings of a griffin. However, at the command of the conjurer, he can assume a beautiful human form. Sitri's specialization is straightforward and unmistakable. It is love and passion in their most primal manifestation. He ignites desire between men and women, driving them to crave each other. But his most infamous and scandalous ability is forcing people, both men and women, to completely disrobe at his command. Sitri does not create deep feelings or spiritual connections. He deals purely in raw, unbridled passion. He is summoned either to capture the attention of a desired person or to rekindle a dying flame in a relationship. However, playing games with a power as potent and blind as lust is always dangerous. Sitri grants the request, but takes no responsibility for the fallout resulting from unconstrained desire. The 13th spirit is the mighty and terrible King Byleth. He is considered one of the most perilous spirits to summon, and the grimoire issues specific, dire warnings regarding any interaction. He commands 85 legions of spirits. His arrival is marked by a whirlwind of fury and rage. He rides upon a pale steed, preceded by the thunderous clamour of trumpets and various instruments. To quell his rage, the conjurer must display extraordinary boldness and employ specific ritual implements. Should the magician falter or show fear, they are utterly doomed. But should they succeed in binding Byleth, they gain access to his primary dominion, and that power is love itself. Byleth can incite love in all its forms, whether heterosexual or same-sex. He is the absolute master of this potent emotion. Yet, mirroring his violent nature, the love Byleth grants can be fierce, all-consuming, and utterly destructive. The summoning of King Byleth is an immense gamble, capable of delivering either the greatest happiness or the profoundest tragedy. The 14th spirit is the bellicose Marquis Lerage, sometimes known as Leray or Lerage. He commands 30 legions, appearing as an archer clad in green, complete with a bow and a quiver of arrows. His domain encompasses conflicts, battles, and all related matters. Lerage is known for inciting great fights and devastating wars. He possesses the power to cause wounds, inflicted by arrows in combat, to fester and never heal. He is the demon of war in its cruelest and most brutal form. He grants neither victory nor glory. Instead, he delivers pain, suffering, and the sheer chaos of battle. He is invoked by those who seek vengeance or wish to sow discord among their enemies. Lerage is the embodiment of military aggression and its horrific consequences. When working with him, one must understand that they are dealing with a force that brings only destruction. He will not help you win a war honourably, but he will gladly assist in making it as bloody and agonising as possible for your opponents. The 15th spirit, Duke Eligos, is the embodiment of a noble warrior and a master strategist. He commands 60 legions and appears in the form of a handsome knight, bearing a spear, a banner, and a serpent in his hand. His unique abilities make him the ideal patron for both military commanders and high-level politicians. Firstly, Eligos is adept at locating hidden knowledge and possesses complete insight into the future, particularly concerning matters of war. He can predict the outcome of any battle, reveal the complete strategy of your enemy, and foretell the actions of their soldiers. Secondly, and perhaps most importantly, he holds the power to invoke love and favour from lords, kings, and other high-ranking officials. If you seek to gain the good graces of a superior, an investor, or any influential person, Eligos can offer invaluable assistance. He is the demon who unlocks the doors to high society and ensures success in both military and political endeavours. Unlike Lerage, who sows chaos, Eligos bestows wisdom and charisma, ensuring victory through calculated strategy rather than disruption. The 16th spirit is Duke Zepar. He is yet another demon whose domain is matters of the heart, though his influence carries a significantly dark twist. Zepar commands 26 legions and manifests in the guise of a warrior clad in crimson armour. His primary mission is to compel women to fall in love with men and to engineer their union. He possesses the power to ignite an unquenchable, fierce passion in any woman toward a chosen man. However, this potent ability carries a profound dark corollary. Should the conjurer desire it, Zepar can render the beloved woman barren. This elevates him beyond a mere spirit of passion. He is a spirit of curse. He grants the desired love, yet simultaneously strips away the possibility of lineage or continuation. Zepar embodies the essence of selfish, possessive love, a force that seeks ultimate control over the object of desire, often sacrificing their future in the process. He is invoked by those desperate for complete possession, individuals who are willing to sacrifice everything and ignore the ultimate consequences of their desires. This is a highly perilous path, for love built on such a foundation is seldom, if ever, truly joyous. The 17th spirit is Botis, who holds the dual titles of President and Earl. He commands 60 legions of spirits. His initial appearance is that of a hideous viper, but upon the summoner's command he assumes human form, characterized by large teeth, 2 formidable horns, and a sharp sword held firmly in his hand. Botis serves as a master informant and diplomat. Like many other high-ranking spirits, he possesses complete knowledge of the past, present and future, and can answer any inquiry put before him. Yet, his most unique trait is his power to reconcile both friends and enemies. While spirits like Ammon and Gusion achieve this through influencing emotions, Botis likely acts through the clear revelation of knowledge. He reveals the absolute truth to both parties in a conflict, enabling them to find common ground and end their animosity. The sword he carries symbolizes his ability to cut through the knots of misunderstanding and deception. Botis is a truly wise counselor, capable of shedding light on any convoluted situation and bringing peace where only conflict has reigned. The 18th spirit is Duke Baethin, sometimes known as Martim. He commands 30 legions. His appearance is quite remarkable. He is depicted as a strong man with the tail of a serpent, mounted upon a pale horse. Baethin is renowned as the master of travel and a deep sage of the natural world. His primary gift is his comprehensive understanding of the properties of all precious stones and curative herbs. He can grant the practitioner true mastery in the fields of geology and botany. But his most astonishing power is instantaneous teleportation. Baethin can transport any individual from one country to another in the blink of an eye. Imagine the sheer potential offered by such a gift. This makes him the ultimate patron of travellers, explorers, and anyone seeking unhindered passage across borders. Baethin is the spirit who obliterates distance and grants access to the deepest mysteries of the earth itself. He is petitioned either for profound natural knowledge or for the unique ability to instantly appear wherever one desires. The 19th spirit is the great Duke Salos, sometimes referred to as Zalios. Unlike many of his more belligerent colleagues, he is described as the spirit of a peaceful disposition. He commands 30 legions and manifests as a valiant warrior wearing a ducal crown, mounted upon a crocodile. His singular and primary duty is to incite love. The grimoire specifically notes that he facilitates mutual affection, the love between a woman and a man, and a man and a woman. Unlike Citri, who incites raw lust, or Bael, whose love is fierce and dominating, Salos bestows a much calmer and more harmonious affection. He neither forces nor compels, but rather sets the stage for the genuine emergence of mutual sympathy and lasting attachment. His peaceful nature dictates that the love he brings will be bright and constructive, rather than destructive. Salos is thus invoked by those who seek not mere fleeting passion, but true, mutual and harmonious relationships founded on deep love and respect. Rounding out our list today is the 20th spirit of the Goetia, the great king person, sometimes known as Curson. He commands 22 legions, some of which belong to the Order of Thrones, and others to the Order of Angels. He appears in the guise of a man with a lion's face, mounted upon a bear, and holding a venomous serpent. Before he arrives, the sound of trumpets can be heard. Person is the keeper of secrets and treasures. He knows all hidden things, and can reveal the location of buried hoards. Like many of the kings, he sees the past, present, and future. He can answer any question concerning the creation of the world, divine mysteries, and other esoteric matters. Furthermore, he is able to bestow excellent familiar spirits. Person is a veritable fount of arcane knowledge. He is summoned not for worldly power or romantic gain, but for the comprehension of the great secrets of the universe and the search for hidden wealth, both material and spiritual. His dual, angelic demonic nature suggests that the knowledge he provides exists on the very boundary between light and shadow. And with that, we've only scratched the surface of this fascinating yet terrifying pantheon. The 72 demons of the Goetia are much more than just a list of names from an ancient book. They represent an entire world reflecting the core of human desires, fears, and ambitions. As we've seen, their alleged specializations cover almost every facet of life, from recovering lost treasure and summoning love, to mastering complex sciences, and even utter destruction. Each one, from the powerful King Paimon to the deceptive Duke Valefor, represents a force that, according to the grimoire, can be negotiated with. But the true cost of such a bargain always remains hidden, lingering just outside the frame. The Ars Goetia leaves us with far more questions than answers. Are these entities real inhabitants of another dimension? Or are they simply archetypes, a metaphorical description of the hidden forces within our own subconscious minds? There is no easy answer, and it is precisely this enduring mystery that has kept the grimoire so compelling for centuries. Thank you for sticking with this video until the very end. If you enjoyed diving into the world of demonology, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our future uploads. Now, for a question just for you, which of the Goetic demons did you find the most intriguing, or perhaps the most terrifying? And if you could pose a single question to one of them, who would you choose? And what would you ask? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm really looking forward to reading them.